Hey guys, welcome to At Home with Satū Yoga. My name is Nisha and I'm going to be your guide for today's practice. Today we're going to work on igniting that inner energy by focusing on opening our hips and the front part of our body. You're not going to need too much for today's class. All you're going to need really is your yoga mat, a bottle of water to make sure that you're staying hydrated, and just a comfortable spot from wherever you're practicing to really just start tuning into your breath. If at the end of the practice you guys enjoyed the video, hit subscribe, like, share this with your friends and family. If you guys would like to contribute, the link for our Patreon page can be found below this video. Thanks so much guys. Tune in next week for our next class and hope you guys enjoy it. Namaste. Let's start by closing our eyes and silencing our inner thoughts for a moment. Really just taking this time for ourselves. Start to bring your awareness to your breath, to the space that you're in. Try to set an intention to your practice today. Maybe think of a powerful affirmation that would help invoke a positive shift in your mind while practicing. So for instance, I'm at peace or I am love. And let's keep in mind that we're here to accept ourselves as we are, perfectly imperfect and complete. When you're ready, we'll place the fingertips onto the ground behind us. Start opening the chest, bringing the shoulder blades deeper into the back. And come back to a neutral spine. Hands are placed beside the hips, and on your next inhale, reach the right arm up, placing the hand onto the left shoulder blade and bending the upper body to the left. And come all the way back up. Let's go for the other side. Really feeling the muscles here. Gently stretch all along the side from the lower back up to the shoulder. And come all the way back up. And let's move into Ustrasana. Placing the hands onto the lower back, drawing the elbows together, making sure the knees are hip distance apart here. We'll tuck our back toes, and on an exhale, we're going to place the hands onto the heels, really lifting through the chest on every inhale, feeling the chest expand. And come all the way back up. Untuck the back toes and sit back onto the heels. We're coming for a wrist stretch, so we're going to place the hands in front of the knees. Turn the palms to face the ceiling. And start straightening out the arms here and rounding the tops of the shoulders, drawing the belly in towards the spine. And let's keep the breath fluid here. One more breath. And then we'll gently flip the hands over, palms facing down. Let's walk the knees back underneath the hips, coming in onto all fours. We'll tuck the back toes, and then we'll float the knees off the mat. Engaging the belly here, keeping the gaze down so that we keep that length in the neck. And press into the hands, straighten out your legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's make sure that we have a good foundation here. You can bend one leg at a time. Hands stay shoulder width apart, fingers are spread, and all four corners of our palms are deeply rooted into the mat. Our feet stay hip distance apart with the heels aimed down and rooted. And reach your tailbone up and roll the shoulders back and down by rolling your triceps outwards. Your inner thighs are pulled in and back, and your gaze is being kept towards the legs. Let's reach the heels up high and take small, delicate steps all the way to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms over the head. Bring your gaze up. Exhale, Samastiti. Namaste, guys. Have a beautiful practice. Let's meet at the front of our mats. Meeting in Tadasana, feet are hip distance apart and the weight is being evenly distributed into the feet. And quadriceps lift up while we aim the tailbone down. On your next inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, straighten the elbows and arch the torso away from the thighs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, look towards the hands. Exhale, dive forward, hinging from the hips. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold forward.
And place the hands onto the mat, shoulder width apart, walk the feet back, high plank. And draw the torso forward until the arms are perpendicular to the floor and the shoulders are stacked over the wrists. On your exhale, let's come into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, let's reach the right leg all the way up towards the sky, toes point down, centering the hips. And on your exhale, let's bend the leg and point the toes to the left as you're reaching the knee up towards the sky. And come back into your three-legged dog and bring the knee to your nose, rounding the spine, shifting the weight forward. And softly step the foot in between the hands, low lunge. Drop your left knee down onto the mat, untuck your back toes, and just walk both hands onto that kneecap. Let's continue to connect to the breath and keep the hips low and leveled with each other here. We'll place the hands onto the ground, bring the sit bones back, placing that left sit bone onto the left heel, and then walk the hands out to the sides, extending that right leg forward and folding forward. And finding length in our spine. And come all the way back up, step your right foot onto the ground, both hands come forward, and walk your right foot back, downward facing dog. And on your next inhale, let's reach the left leg up, coming into three-legged dog. And on an exhale, we're going to bend the leg and open our hip, having the foot fall to the right. Keeping the shoulders centered without twisting here. And then when you're ready, let's straighten out the leg. On an exhale, bring the knee to touch the nose, shifting the weight forward. And then softly step the foot in between the hands, coming into low lunge. Drop that right knee onto the ground. Walk both hands onto that left kneecap. And keep the hips low and leveled. And keep that connection with the breath. And then place both hands onto the ground, sitting back onto the right heel, extending the left leg forward. We're going to keep the left leg active by flexing the toes to point towards us. And then we're just going to walk the hands forward, folding onto that left leg. And slowly come all the way back up. Step your left foot onto the mat. Both hands come forward and walk your left foot back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, let's come into a high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Just follow your own breath here and we'll meet in downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to come for a twist. So we're going to place the right hand onto the left leg. You can bend the legs here a bit just to accommodate yourself in this pose. And then bring your gaze underneath your left arm. The right shoulder is being rotated towards the inside of the mat. And let's go for the other side. Left hand onto the right leg and twist. Drawing that belly in as we're twisting a bit deeper. And come back to the center. And on your next inhale, reach the heels up high. And let's take small, slow, delicate steps all the way to the front of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise. Reach the arms all the way up. Look up towards the hands. Exhale, Samastiti. Let's walk to the front of our mats. Hands come to the sides as we reach the right knee up, extending the leg forward, and then kicking it behind us, coming into toppling tree. Start bending the left leg and softly step the right toes onto the mat, coming into crescent lunge, reaching both arms all the way up towards the sky and relaxing the shoulders. Now let's reach the right arm forward and bring the left arm back, twisting and bringing the gaze towards the left. On your next inhale, reach the right arm up and back and place the left fingertips onto the back right leg. Come back up, extending the arms out to the sides, and on your next inhale, open up into Warrior Two by circling the right arm up and over to the back and reaching the left arm forward. And raise your arms parallel to the floor and reach them actively out to the sides. Inhale, reach the arm back, Exalted Warrior, right hand onto the lower back. And come back into Warrior Two. Helicopter the hands to the front of your mat. Step the left foot back, coming into Downward Facing Dog. On your next inhale, let's come into a high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And heels come up high. Let's take small, slow steps all the way to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. And bring the hands out to the sides. Let's raise the left knee up and extend the leg forward. Exhale, bring it behind you, coming into toppling tree. Bend your right leg and softly step the toes back onto the mat, coming into crescent lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up and relax the shoulders. We'll reach the left arm forward, right arm back, twist. Let's gaze to the right. And place your right fingertips onto your back leg and reach the left arm up and back. And come back into your twist, and we'll open up into Warrior Two, reaching the right arm forward, left arm back. And set your foundation here, and when you're ready, we're going to come into Exalted Warrior. And come all the way back up into Warrior Two. Helicopter the hands to the front of your mat and step your right foot back into Downward Facing Dog. Inhale, come into your plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. And we'll meet in Downward Facing Dog. And take this time to just come back to your breath, connecting with it and keeping it fluid. And then when you're ready, let's reach the heels up high. You can either jump the feet forward or take slow, small steps all the way to the hands. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, folding forward. Let's grab onto opposite elbows, coming into ragdoll. Keeping the feet hip distance apart, allowing the head to fall down between the upper arms. You can gently sway from side to side here, stretching the lower back. And slowly come all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae, into an upright position, making the head the last to come up. And then we're going to bring the arms over the head, keeping the hands on the elbows. And then we're going to reach the arms back, opening the chest. And come back to a neutral spine. And now we're going to bend the upper body to the right. Bringing the gaze up. And then to the left. Inhale, come all the way back up. Reach both arms straight up towards the sky. And on your exhale, reach both arms forward. Palms are facing each other and shoulder width apart. And the feet stay aligned under the hips, and we're hinging from the hips, keeping the spine parallel with the floor. Ground through your feet and lift through the thighs. Keep firming the outer arms in and lengthen through the crown of your head. Inhale, come all the way back up, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, walk the feet back, plank. Lower down, chaturanga. And we'll meet in Downward Facing Dog. Grounding the hands, making sure they're shoulder width apart, fingers are spread, palms are deeply rooted into the mat here. Stay with your breath, and when you're ready, reach the heels up high, and let's take small, slow steps all the way to the hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. On your next inhale, root to rise, reach the arms all the way up, look towards the hands. Exhale, Samastiti. Let's bring the hands onto the hips and step the left foot back, pivoting the toes inwards. We're coming into Ardha Prasarita Padottanasana. So we're going to gently fold forward, hinging from the hips and keeping the spine elongated here. And bring the hands down onto the mat and towards the inside of the feet, keeping the elbows pointed directly towards the back. And relaxing the neck here, you can just shake it out from side to side. Last breath. And then we're going to walk the hands forward. Place the right hand forward, keeping the hand aligned with the right shoulder. Left hand onto the lower back and gently twist. You have the option here to reach that left arm all the way up towards the sky. And let's go for the other side. And twist. And bring that right hand back down onto the ground. Let's walk both hands to the right foot, twisting from the lower belly. And then when you're ready, we'll walk the hands over to the other side. And placing the forehead possibly onto that left leg. And come back to the center. Place both hands onto the hips and then slowly come all the way back up. We're going to point the toes to the front of the mat, opposite side from where you began the practice, coming into Parsvottanasana. So grab opposite elbows behind the back and keeping the feet about hip distance apart, hips stay centered. And on an exhale, we're going to keep that length in the spine and fold forward. Place both hands onto the mat, round your shoulders. You can bend your left leg here a bit if you need to, and just place the forehead lightly onto the leg. And come all the way back up. Let's point the toes to the opposite side. And coming for Parsvottanasana, grab opposite elbows behind your back or reverse prayer if you'd like. And on an exhale, fold forward. And then on your last breath, we're going to release the elbows, place the hands onto the ground, round the shoulders, and fold onto that right leg. Slowly come all the way back up and step the left foot beside the right. Hands come to the sides of the hips. Reach both arms all the way up on your next inhale when you're ready. Maybe come for a back bend here, and on your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Walk the feet back into a plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And then softly place the thighs onto the ground. Untuck the toes. Slightly bend the arms. We're coming in for cobra. And bringing the sides of the ribs forward. Keeping the length in the neck. And really feeling the opening in the spine and in the chest here. Keep pressing into the palms of your hands. And then slowly come onto the belly, into the chest. Extend the right arm out to the side, keeping the palm facing down and at shoulder height. We're going to turn onto the right shoulder, bending the left leg and stepping the foot behind the right. You can just place the right ear onto your mat. And slowly come back onto the belly. And let's go for the other side. Extending the left arm out to the side, making sure that it's at shoulder height. And let's turn over, stepping the right foot beside and behind the left. And let's come back onto the belly. And we're slowly going to turn onto the spine here. We're going to bend the legs, coming into threading needle. Feet are hip distance apart, legs stay bent. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh, close to the kneecap. Flex the right ankle and press the pinky side of the foot actively into the opposite leg. Interlace the hands around the left shin or behind the fold of the knee if the shin is out of reach. Use your arms here to draw the left kneecap towards your left shoulder while simultaneously seesawing the right kneecap away from you. And take your last breath here. And then release the leg, coming in for wind relieving. Interlacing the hands onto the right knee as we extend the left leg onto the ground and draw the right knee in towards the chest or maybe towards the right underarm. We'll release the knee, switch sides, coming into threading needle, and placing the left ankle onto the right kneecap, flexing the ankle and pressing that pinky side of the foot into the opposite leg. And shoulders stay relaxed on the mat here. And we're keeping that connection with the breath. And then we'll release the leg, coming into wind relieving. And bending the left leg, interlacing the hands onto the knee. And breathe in, and as you exhale, draw the knee towards the chest and press the thigh onto your abdomen. And we'll release the knee, bringing both feet onto the ground. We're coming in for bridge pose. So the feet stay hip distance apart. We're going to extend the arms along the floor, palms lay flat. Press into the feet and arms. And then as you exhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And draw your tailbone towards your pubic bone, holding your buttocks off the floor. And slowly come all the way back down. And then we'll just drop the knees to the left and to the right, just a couple of times at your own pace. And coming back to the center, we'll finish off with happy baby. Grip the outside of your feet with your hands, open the knees slightly wider than your torso, then bring them up towards your armpits. Position each ankle directly over the knee so your shins are perpendicular to the floor, and flex through the heels. You can rock from side to side, maybe just giving your spine a bit of massage if that feels good. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the knees together into our chest. We're going to close our practice with love and gratitude always, releasing any energy that is no longer serving us today. And for our last pose, Shavasana. You can lengthen your legs onto the ground, mat distance apart, palms are facing up. Or you can place one hand onto your heart and the other onto the belly. Shavasana presents a rare opportunity for us to really enjoy stillness, since our lives are always filled with noise, just as our minds are always filled with wandering thoughts. So take this time to sit with yourself today and stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need to. And thank you guys for choosing to share your practice with us today. I truly hope you guys enjoyed it and had the opportunity to explore your practice. Namaste.